Welcome to JGTCR. I'm Cope, and today we are tuning the Tomahawk Gr.1. Let's get into it. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The Tomahawk is a terrible chassis in all of its forms. It is essentially a spaceship that they have shoehorned into this simulation racing game, and no matter how much they water it down, it will always be the same thing. An extremely poor attempt at making a fast car out of a crappy imaginary chassis from the future. The handling is very good in some instances and horrible in others. The suspension and chassis combo is quite a problem. It's very easy to unsettle the car with bumps and ripple strips, so having the nose lift and this Tomahawk take to flight is a common occurrence. The steering works extremely well until the Tomahawk is unsettled. Then it all goes out the window. And at the speeds we're going, a moment without control can be disastrous for our race. The power has been tuned down and made reasonable in this iteration of the Tomahawk. However, power was the only thing going for this vehicle. Once we take all that power away, all we're left with is a stiff, bouncy chassis that can't decide if it wants to steer or take flight. The power delivery is acceptable at low RPM, but once we venture into higher RPM, it becomes erratic and will snap the tail out and faceplant us straight into Bazzy Rizzy. But to be fair, the brakes are great. They are awesome at slowing us down, although it can feel slightly squirrely if we jump on the brakes heavily. Let's collect our time. 5 minutes, 54.8 seconds. And now the race tune. In all honesty, this tune comes in at a notch above phoning it in. After driving and tuning 4 of these crappy chassis, I've had more than enough. So let's see how it performs on the Nürburgring. Finally, after all this time, the Tomahawk drives like a decent normal vehicle and responds appropriately to our inputs. But it is a case of too little, too late. The handling is solid and stable through most turns, but it can still be easily unsettled with bumps and ripple strips, so stay on the black stuff. The steering responds well to inputs and follows instructions as it should. The power and power delivery work as reasonably as they should. The downforce keeps us in check most of the time, but the tail can still kick aggressively when accelerating and turning at higher RPM. Once again, the brakes are stellar and do a decent job of slowing us down. Let's collect our time. 5 minutes, 29.5 seconds. And now the drift tune. This Tomahawk is mid-mount rear-wheel drive, as opposed to the other versions which are four-wheel drive. This made it easier to set up for drift, although it does not do a great job out on the track. So let's see how poorly it performs drifting Suzuka. The Tomahawk Gr.1 is by no means any kind of drift car. This build was put together essentially for shits and giggles. But somewhere along the lines, we lost the giggles. Can we drift it? Yes, we can. Should we drift it? Most certainly not. But at the very least, this marks a momentous occasion. This is the last time we will have to do anything involving the Tomahawk. So all in all, I have to say it's a pretty good day. And that's all we have for you today, so until next time, keep racing!